Hi friends, and welcome to the first coffee chat of 2023. Does that seem insane to anybody else? Like I don't know why I can't like wrap my head around 2023. Today I have salted caramel latte in this cup with Olaf on it. It's so stinking cute. I'm still filming in front of the Christmas tree because I'm not ready to let Christmas be done. Also, it's only the 29th, so I guess it's pretty close. But we're just having it anyway. I'm gonna go fix my lights because, all right, that's a little better. One half of my face was like way brighter than the other half and it looked weird. So in today's coffee chat, we're gonna be talking about reflecting on this past year, whether I hit some of my goals from last year, goals that I have for this year, as well as a couple of questions that y'all have asked. And specifically, I'm very excited to announce that I am officially on new marketplaces, which we will discuss at the end, and it will be a whole discussion. So go grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something. Now I kind of want to watch Frozen. I love Frozen. Although I think Frozen 2 might actually be better. Let me know if you have thoughts down below. Ooh, and your favorite Disney movie. So Christmas just ended, and so a couple of Christmas updates. Christmas did go really well. Nyla learned how to unwrap presents, which was really fun. Just her presents, actually, she was really good. She did not try to unwrap any of ours. The dogs got lots of new toys this year. My mom, I mentioned in a vlog, my mom had COVID. She is feeling much better. She said she's still pretty tired, but other than that, she's pretty good. And they're coming over on Saturday, so before you see this video, and they're going, my mom and dad, and they're going to be able to come meet Nyla. Are you so excited to meet my parents? And you know, exchange gifts and all that kind of stuff. So it still stinks that we didn't get to have like our normal Christmas stuff, but I will still get to see them, and so that'll still be nice because I do, you know, I like my parents, so that's good. Everyone seemed to love their gifts. I got a really exciting gift. I got a new Cricut. I am so pumped, and I don't know like anything. So far I've just made some labels for like some jars in the pantry. So leave me all your Cricut tips, tricks, thoughts, ideas. What projects do I need to know? Leave all of that in the comments because I know nothing at the moment. And so I am looking forward to playing with that this year. It's gonna be really fun. So I typically do a video that's like reflecting on the past year and kind of seeing if I have hit my goals or not and stuff like that. And I was gonna film that, and then I was also gonna film this, and I was like, you know what, we're just gonna shove them all into one thing. And specifically a couple of things that I learned this year that you can use next year to hopefully have a better year than I did. So the first half of 2022 was exhausting. I started the year with woke up on January 1st with a really bad sinus infection. And so my first few weeks of the year, I felt horrible and tired and just not great overall. As the months went on, school got much harder. As you know, spring, the kids tend to get a little bit crazy on top of some extra frustrating things that I won't get into that happened at school. And what I tend to do is when school gets frustrating, I dive head first into my business because it's kind of like I can't control things here. Like it's like a control thing, I think, for me, that like, you know, okay, if, you know, things aren't going well here, at least they can go well over here. And then also partially being like, okay, well, school's not doing great, but you know, I have a backup plan if everything is just horrible. And so then I was so busy working that I worked basically all the time for the first few months of 2022. And then on top of that, my dog died in March. So now I had like the stress of my dog dying suddenly, so like emotional stress from that, and the trauma of like literally seeing it happen, on top of the stress from school and all the extra things I was doing for the business. And it was just like crazy town. And I just remember feeling so tired for months. I think really truly, if we had not ended school in May and we had gone to June, I would not have made it. Like it would have killed me. So then the summer, I did do some work. What did I do over the summer? Oh, I batched my blog posts. But other than that, I really focused on like, I batched my blog posts and I made a course. So a lot of the summer after that was kind of just me recovering essentially from all of that. First couple months, just basically, I like normally in the summer I have a very structured day and I work during these hours and I do this during these hours and I do spend a lot of time at the pool, but it's a lot of working and a lot of making things happen. And this year was like, I couldn't stick to a schedule. I couldn't stick to a morning routine. Half the time I just wanted to lay on the couch and I couldn't figure out why at first. And then I realized why. And it was because I was just so tired from the first few months and just like all of that I had gone through. It was like once I finished school, that just came out. And so I did things very differently. Like normally I have a really good like morning routine, and instead I was like sitting on the couch watching YouTube videos. And I usually will work first thing in the morning, and instead I wouldn't write my blog post until 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Like it was just so different from what I normally do. And that was really why, was because I was kind of in recovery. Second part, or the third part of, I kind of sort the year into like spring semester, summer, fall semester. And so the fall semester, like from August to now, has been just so busy. This is the first year that we're back to having choir after school, having performances, we're back to field trips, we're back to me having my personal choir. I usually sing in 2 and I had to quit one because I was like, it's too much, there's too much going on. And just like, I forgot how it felt to be so busy, on top of like lots of changes at church. We're bringing lots of new things, and then also trying to like get things done in here. And so it's just been so busy. It's like, I just feel like I got to winter break and I was like, I feel like I've just been busy for 6 months. Like I haven't sat down in 6 months. It's kind of how I felt. And it was different than like the spring was more like emotionally tired, and this was more just like, where did the time even go? I have no idea, because I just had so many things to check off my list between then and now, and it's just been crazy. I just don't even know like how to describe it other than that. So this year has kind of been a bit of a crazy, busy, exhausting blur. And so the reason I'm telling you all of this, you're like, Becca, why are we talking for this long about this? Is because I don't want you to do that, and I don't want to do that again. So this year, as I'm looking at my year and planning out my year, I'm thinking, I cannot work anymore. I need to work less. So how can I hit my goals while also working less? Like how can I, structure my day and structure my week to make things easier so that I can actually get them done? Like how can I make this happen? And there are some big changes coming in the next year that I can't talk about yet, but hopefully those will help some. But just really thinking through like, what can I do to not have a repeat of this year? And I would encourage you to do the same. So like I'm trying to build a little bit of margin into my day where I have, like certain times that I just don't have a plan and I can read, or I can do Sudoku, or I can paint, or like things like that I have gotten out of doing because I've just been so busy. And so like getting back into that so that I have, alternatives, though I'm not working all the time, so that I actually can like rest and chill and do things like that. And then also doing things like going and playing tennis. That's something we haven't done recently, because that kind of restores you in a different way, and like taking the dogs on walks and things like that to just, again, get me so I'm not working all the time, but kind of give me a different outlet and something different to do. And just kind of thinking through like, how can I spend more time on those things? How can I still make progress without adding hours, and actually need to subtract some hours? And like, what can I do to make sure that I'm not constantly like on a little hamster wheel of like, gotta get things done all of the time. That's my new conundrum that I'm working on this year. So some things that I'm doing are getting more into some of my hobbies that are not related to work. My schedule for the week is going to also reflect that and show kind of how I'm just building a little bit more white space. and just, yeah, adding things in like that where I am not, and a big thing for me is gonna be being careful about how much I plan, because I tend to over plan and be like, I'm gonna do all of these things this month and I can't actually do all those things this month. So then I get really stressed out because I'm trying to work so hard to do all the things that I want to do and I just can't. And that has been a big lesson this year, is like, you just can't do all the things. And so I'm trying to like be more strategic in my planning, so I'm not putting so much on my plate that then I'm really worn out and exhausted trying to get all the things done. Now, did they pay off? Yes, but at a cost that could have been really bad if I had continued it. And so I'm just kind of working on that. Now, one of the questions that I did get when I asked for coffee chat questions was, did I hit my goals? And the answer is some of them. So this year I did hit actually quite a few goals. So the first one was to make $120,000 to $150,000 this year. I don't know what I'm at. Actually, I have no earthly idea where I am. I haven't calculated everything, but I made 100,000 from just TPT, which is bananas. So I don't actually know how, I'm trying to look for my page. So to be honest, I'm not actually sure how much I made yet. I haven't calculated everything, but I know that I have definitely hit at least 120 this year. I don't want to spoil it before I give you the income report because it blew my mind. 120 total, not from TPT, but you will be very shocked when you see that. But my point is, I know I hit that even though I haven't done all the calculations yet. Launched a new course with a 5 figures. Ooh, I did that. That was super exciting. Could not believe I made $10,000. Especially because it was a small course. It was only like $50 a pop. Write a goal setting book. Did not do that. Just didn't get around to it. Make 100 products or hit 100 products on Becca's Bible class. Did that. Make $1,000 each month from Becca's Bible class. Did not do that. Not a single month did that happen. Which is because I didn't put the effort into it, so it's okay. 100 videos on this channel that I have achieved. I also really wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers, which I have not hit yet. But I went with the 100 videos because that's something I can control. I can't really control the subscribers, so I hit the goal that I, you know, put on there, and hopefully in the next few months we will hit that. Hire a video editor and a maid. Didn't do either of those things. So as you can see, I hit some of my goals. I didn't hit all of my goals. Like one, I wanted to read 35 books. I only read 30. And so just, you know, not everything got done the way that I wanted it to get done, and frankly that's okay. I've come a really long way. I've come a really long way in this year, and so like I'm okay with that. And yeah, most months over 10,000, that was my main money goal, and I did hit that. Most of the months were over or very close to 10,000, so that was really nice. Anyway, so that's kind of like the goal rundown without trying to spoil how much money I have made this year. I do need to calculate out how much I made in total. Hello. I also didn't know that one of my goals would be to get another doggy this year, but I hope you're good. Nyla, what are your goals this year? Is it to chill out? Because that would be really nice. She did let me sleep till 9 this morning, so that was exciting. You're very sweet. Is it to be a really sweet puppy? Is it to stop biting Tolly's collar? Because that would be a great goal for you to have. It would. All right, so now that we went through some of the goals that I had for this past year and how they went, let's talk about a few goals for this coming up year. I'm not going to share everything just yet. Okay, I need you to move. Yeah, you need to move. Get away. Do you want to push? You're going to hop up there? You can hop up there. Okay, that's fine. Let's talk about some goals for this year. So 2023, I'm not going to share everything yet, but I will share a couple of things and focuses and thoughts for this year. Number one, the one I'm most excited about that we are going to talk about in this video, is selling on new marketplaces. So I actually went ahead and I signed up for some new marketplaces to sell my products on, and my goal being this year, like I said, I can't work anymore. So if I'm looking at making more money, I was like, how can I make what I've already done go farther? And one way that I'm doing that is by putting products that I have already made. There we go. That's been driving me crazy this whole time. So one way that I'm doing that is by putting products I've already made onto other platforms other than TPT, so that I can gain traction from that organic. So that I can make money from the organic traffic from other places. You are really in my way now, dog. So that's one of my big things for this year that I am trying out. We're gonna see how it goes. I am gonna film a couple videos about it. I'm gonna talk about that a little more in a second. Personally, paying off debt is a huge thing. Personally, paying off debt is a huge thing for me this year. I should be able to get rid of credit cards and student loans this year. And make a pretty big dent on my car, because I did take out a loan for my car. So I should be able to make a pretty big dent in it. I don't think I'm going to be able to pay it off this year, but pretty good on there, and that will free up more money, you know, monthly. Also personal, playing with my Cricut. That's very important. I would like to read 36 books this year. That's 3 a month. I feel like that's pretty reasonable. I didn't read that many last year because, again, last year was just exhausting. But having a good goal helps me to make sure that I don't do that again. So that is kind of my goal with this year. Vacations. We have some exciting vacations that are going to happen this year. I am so pumped. Hopefully going at least one place I have not been before, and so that makes me really excited. And just in general, I was thinking through my life. You're making me keep moving my camera and make all the noise, sorry. So this year I really want to do some vacations. I've always wanted to travel, and I feel like I just haven't, because we didn't have money, and then COVID happened, and then, you know, it was just this, that, and the other. And so this year, like, we did, you know, some smaller trips, but I'm hoping that in 2023 we're going to be able to do some bigger trips, some places that I have not been before, renewing our scuba diving license, because we used to both be scuba certified. I mean, we're technically, they don't expire, but it's been long enough that, like, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it without a refresher course. So we're going to take a refresher course this year. So I want to go on a trip where we can, like, actually do some diving somewhere cool. And so, like, I am really pumped for those things that I am working on that I can pay for because of the business, and then also just you know, because those are things I've always wanted to do. And I'm like, you know what, I don't want to have regrets, and I want to do the things that I want to do. So here we are. We shall see how, what, you know, unfolds and what we're actually able to do, because again, I want to pay off debt, so we can't, like, spend all of our money on cool vacations, but I do want to do some. And I know that's not how Dave Ramsey would suggest that I do things. I have read all his books, but, you know, I kind of want to live my life too. So there we are. Okay, as far as the business goes, I am going to be a lot more focused on my products this year, and so really trying to, like, put the blinders on and not do, like, all of the things that I, you know, being like, I have to make everything, but really focus. Like, I already made a list of, like, these are the products I want to make sure that I do this year, and try to make sure those get done. I do want to make a new course for my music people, and I'm not sure yet what I want to do for y'all. So if you have suggestions of what you would like to see, leave them below, or send me a message over on Instagram. It's at becca.e.davis. I asked on Instagram, and a lot of people said they wanted, like, smaller products from me, but I don't know what those would be. So if you can think of any kind of, like, guide or ebook or printable that I could make for you, like, let me know what those kind of things would be that would be helpful, so that I kind of have, like, a direction. I usually spend more time on y'all in the summer, so I'm not super concerned about it right this second, but that would happen. So those are a couple things that I am working on in the coming year. The one that you're probably most excited about, that I'm most excited about, is selling on different marketplaces. So this has been a hot topic recently, really since the TPT algorithm change is when it got like really big and people have been talking about it. But I've been thinking about it for a while, specifically because on my Becca's Bible class, I sell on TPT, and I also started posting those same products, same descriptions onto Etsy. And in doing that, at first it was very slow. I would sell something, you know, every once in a while. I don't market over there. I don't do anything over there. It just exists. So it's just for natural organic traffic, but it doesn't take that much longer once I already made the listing and everything for TPT. But it has started to pick up to the point where it is now matching my TPT. Like, I usually, my TPT and Etsy make the same amount every month or pretty close. So that kind of made me excited. So I was like, well, maybe I should put my music stuff into my music room Etsy. And then out of that, and out of all of these conversations, I have decided to try some new things. So this year I'm going to be selling on different marketplaces. I went and signed up for them actually yesterday and went ahead and uploaded one product to each one. And then I ran out of time and my computer died and my husband came home. It's just the one, but I will be adding more. And so I signed up for, I already had an Etsy. I already have boom cards, although I need to do some work on the boom cards. And not everything can go onto boom cards. And then I signed up for TES. I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but we shall see. Classful and Made by Teachers. And then I have TPT. So it's gonna be 6 marketplaces total, 3 that are new this year. The other one that is big is Teach Simple. And I'm not doing that one because honestly, I've heard some sketchy things about it on the Facebook groups. And so enough to make me be like, I don't know that I want to spend my time over there. So these are the ones that I am working on. I signed up for all of them yesterday and got my first product up just to like see how it is. The interfaces, I will say, since I'm used to TPT and I'm used to Etsy, the other interfaces were all very similar to either TPT or Etsy. Some of them favored one or the other. Some of them you can upload more than one product to one listing, which is gonna be helpful because then you don't always have to zip files, which will be great. I'm excited for that. Some of them can't hold as much. So my Etsy, the file size is significantly smaller. What do you have? Oh, it's a bone. It's okay. The file size is a lot smaller than on TPT. So I've had some products I was going to post and then I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to like break it into different files because the file was too big. So do be aware of that. One of them, I think it was Made by Teachers, had me go ahead and pay for a subscription. So when I went to post a product, it said, do you want to be on the free plan or the paid plan? I went ahead and did the paid plan because I have the money, and it was $60 for the year, which is the same as TPT. I did like that they said $60 and not $59.99 because the $9.99 thing drives me bananas. But that was, you know, a personal thing. And they had me do that before I put anything up. They also have the free plan if you want to do that. I think it was Made by Teachers. Classful did not have me sign up for anything specific, so I need to look into that because I'm not sure what the royalties are. TES has a really interesting royalty payout. So it started me out on the bronze tier, and on the bronze tier, I think it was like you get 60% of the money, and then when you sell like a certain amount, it bumps you up to silver, and then you get 70, and then once you hit another amount, like total, then you get to gold, and then it gives you 80%. So I thought that was a really interesting way that they're doing that. TES is predominantly UK, Australia, like those kind of places, so do be aware of that. Since I teach music, it meant I had to go look up what all the rhythms are called in the UK because they're called something different than they are called here, so that I had the right word, you know, in there, so that if people were searching for a crotchet, they could find my quarter rest, which is what I called it, but they called it a crotchet rest. So I had to make sure I had like the right wording in there. So just FYI, be aware of that. Yeah, so I don't know, first impressions, it was all fairly simple. It wasn't super difficult. It is going to take a lot longer to post products because, you know, you got to post them on all the different things, but I'm excited to see what it is. So my plan for this is I am going to post about 10-ish products each month, starting with my most popular ones. So starting with like #1 most popular and going down from there. And then in addition, any new products that I have are going to go onto each of the different platforms. So I'm curious to see how it goes. I should be making at least a 6-month and a 1-year video about it. I might make a 1 month after my first month to see, just depending on if I make any money and how many thoughts I have about it and all that kind of stuff. So we shall see how it goes. I'm very curious, but my plan is, regardless of pretty much anything else, to sell on all of those marketplaces for the whole year, and then at the end of the year I will make some decisions and reflect and decide, you know, is it worth it to do all of those? Are there some that just don't really make money? We shall see. I have no idea. So it's an interesting adventure that we are embarking on. I'm very excited for it. Because I'm fascinated by all those things. So those are the ones I signed up for. We shall see how they go. I don't know. I just posted my first product yesterday, so I do hope to get some up before January, but we shall see. We shall see. I also had products I wanted to make before January, and that has not happened. So, all right. There were a couple of questions on Instagram that I wanted to share. So Zoe asked, how's my mom? My mom is much better, tired but better. And did you get any Lush products? Yes, I got lots of Lush products for Christmas. Very, very excited for all of the baths that are going to take place with my Lush products. And what else did I get for Christmas? I got some new athletic wear I'm excited to wear, and I have been promised that we're gonna play tennis this year, so I can wear my new tennis dress, my new tennis skirt, and my new shoes, and so I'm very excited for those. And then got some new like Tula stuff, like face stuff, so very excited for all the fun things. And these really nice slippers, they're so soft. They're so soft. I'm so scared to like get them really gross, but they're so soft and so nice. Let's see, are you thinking about expanding onto different platforms like Classful? Yes. Your biggest plan? That is my biggest plan. Ooh, all right, 2 questions. How long to build an email list that actually converts? I always think how long questions are really funny, because how long depends entirely on what you're doing. So if you're looking to build an email list that is converting, I would say probably 100 people to start seeing sales, and then like 400 or 500 people being like where it actually starts to pick up pretty well. I know that's probably not what you want to hear because it's a lot, but that's the honest truth. My best tip for that is to make some good opt-ins, have reels about them, post about them on Instagram, talk about them in blog posts, and not just one, but like lots of blog posts or like lots of Instagram reels, so that you can send as many people as possible to your freebie. And what do you do if your blog is not converting? Well, again, depends on how many blog posts you have and all that kind of stuff, but I would say don't stress about your blog until it's been like a good 6 months to a year, because it takes time for blog posts to gain traction. So that would be number 1. Number 2 is to make sure that you have blog posts that are helpful first, and also mention products second, because if it's not helpful, no one's going to want to read it, no one's going to want to share it, no one's going to, you know, bother to read the whole thing. So make sure it is very, very helpful, and also talks about some products in there. You can have more than one blog post that talk about the same products. That's totally fine. And just make sure that you ask for the sale at the end. I always, you know, even if I talk about it throughout the blog, I will at the end be like, don't forget to go to TPT and purchase this product, and you know, all of that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't freak out until it's been like a year and you're not seeing progress. And last question, do you save all your printed products? No. How do you organize them? I don't, I throw them in the trash can. I know that's a really horrible answer. The only exception is some products that I have like product lines for, I will keep. If some pages are like the same in all the product lines, I'll keep those. And then obviously I keep things at school, and at school I have most of my things are like centers games, and so those I store in Ziploc bags or in like bigger bags, and I store them all by category in scrapbook boxes in my closet. But as far as like at the house, no, I use them. I take pictures. I try to take all the pictures and all the videos that I'm possibly gonna need, and then I throw them in the trash can. And that's the real honest truth. I know that might sound horrible, but frankly, I was keeping them, and then I was like, you know what? If I need them, I'm just gonna reprint them out again. So when I do need them, I do. I just reprint it out. It takes, you know, 12 seconds. I have HP Instant Ink, so I'm not concerned about ink or paper. So I just find that to be significantly easier than everything else. All right, friends, I would love to know one more thing, and that is, what videos would you like to see this year, both on this channel and on the main channel? So let me know those down below in the comments so that I have, you know, all the ideas, because right now we're in planning phases. I did finish my bullet journal this morning. I'm using this one that I purchased last year and did not use the Capriti. Ooh. I went a little overboard. I usually make like really, really simple things for the like beginning pages, but I use these pages the most, so I was kind of like, you know what, we're just gonna go all out. And I actually really love my quarter 1 planning, so I need to go through and do all the planning. Right now I think I'm gonna go organize the closet. Yay, how exciting. And play with my Nyla. Oh, maybe we should take a walk. That'd be fun. I don't know, maybe I should finish my coffee that I made and started and did not finish. All right, cheers to 2023, and I'll see you next time.